This is CiTR Radio, and now for something a little different. Listeners may be aware of the Kingsgate Mall in East Vancouver, but may not consider it when thinking about the art world. But someone who does is Casey Wu. She is our guest today. She is associated with the Western Front Artist Run Centre, and she is conducting a residency all of this month at Kingsgate Mall, and her happenings will be filmed and made into a documentary all about the mall. And it is an odd place. A lot of people, including the Globe and Mail, have actually referred to it as the mall that time forgot. Globe and Mail say, although it is central and surrounded by million-dollar homes, it's tired. Rust-coloured decor is classic 1970s. However, the mall does have its charms, precisely because it is so out of touch, such as the shop with the shoes that only a drag queen could love. So that's the Globe and Mail's description of Kingsgate Mall, and it's become popular once again through the creation of a satirised Twitter handle. A couple of East Van folks decided one day on a whim to create at Kingsgate Mall, started to tweet randomly, not directly from the management of the mall. Casey independently always thought the mall was quite something, and put up her hand to run her residency at the mall all month. So we asked her today on the phone all about what's going on there. And first up, I asked Casey about her artistic background.
I go back and forth between video art and filmmaking because I make kind of longer durational narrative stuff that's usually single channel. But I also like play music, but it's not, I didn't go to school for that. That's just something I do for fun and I really enjoy. But it's not something, it's not my vocation, I guess.
What's happening this month? You've been connected with Kingsgate Mall through the Western Front Artist Run Centre. First of all, what is that? What is the Western Front?
It's the Western Front is an artist run center that started in 1973. It's on Scotia and 7th, which is 5 minutes away from the Kingsgate Mall, and they both started in the same year. And the Western Front is just I want to say 6 to 8 artists bought the building in the 70s, pretty cheaply, and have been keeping it as an artist space, an interdisciplinary artist space for the last, doing the math, 50 some years. And there's visual art, there's dance, there's performances, there's new media stuff happening through it, and community events too, happening throughout there on a daily basis. And for the visual arts part of it, I'm just doing a residency there this month. And I thought instead of doing a residency at the front itself, I decided to do it at the mall instead.
Of course, the Kingsgate Mall came onto their radar recently with a bit of a Twitter campaign. Do you want to tell people about the resurgence of Kingsgate Mall?
I didn't know the Twitter was so recent, actually. I just interviewed the women who do the Twitter, Michelle and Asha, for an audio series I'm doing at the mall this month, last week, and they said it just started at the end of 2013. So it's I guess there's the Twitter resurgence is actually quite recent, but I feel like I've been thinking about this mall and this space for the last couple of years. Maybe it was, I remember my first memory of the mall was when I was 20 and walking by it in the summer, going to meet somebody and just noticing that the library was closing. So I think that was probably more than 5 years ago. But since then, I feel like there's been a dip in it, and you hear some crazy stories about people, shoplifting, or there's been a few security guard attacks, a couple of security guard attacks, I guess, and so there's always kind of Kingsgate, that mall, there's a weird vibe to it. But in the last few years, I think there's been a lot of new stores opening up, and it seems pretty bustling in a positive way in the time that I've been here. So I feel like the resurgence of the mall has been going on, before I even started thinking about doing a project here, obviously. And it's just, I think I came in at a good moment, by coincidence, maybe.
In fact, you're documenting things really for a whole month. Can you tell the listeners exactly what they could expect in your little corner of the mall?
Yeah, it's I guess it's the space between the Lotto Center and the sugarcane juice and bistro in the middle of the mall. I mean, it's like east-west passageway. There's really no other wings, like one wing between the Shoppers and the liquor store. So we're kind of right in the middle, and there's like couches set up, and the couches you rented from Easy Home, also located in the mall. There's some plants from Winds, also from the mall. So we try to source everything either from the Western Front in the mall, and it's just a space with couches, a rug, a cube monitor stack of three monitors showing like video art and music videos, and a few movies that I've bought from the Books Etc. store, and a magazine and book display where local artists and musicians and people who make zines and comics can come and just drop something off to share. It's like a little library reading room, and so this is a physical space itself, and in it, like Thursday, Fridays, there's music stuff from 5-ish till the mall closes. Saturday there's a mall portrait and a tarot reader and a local artist, Jake Leeson, who has this project called the Tent Shop, and he sort of sets up a tent, brings a tent with him wherever he goes and sets it up, and either shows movies or displays objects he's collected. And I think he's going to do the object display here because that makes most sense for the mall. And Monday, Tuesdays, I basically just hang out here, talk to people, kind of facilitate the space. It's kind of like I'm gallery sitting, but at the mall. And Wednesdays, it's open like anything from 12 until 6. So whatever, our listeners feel like doing in front of a mic, in front of a camera at the mall, they're welcome to. It's like song, dance, joke, confession. I got a person who, hosted a game show and got passers-by to participate. That was really awesome. And then in the evenings on Wednesdays, just kind of like different things going on. So, and there's also like a calendar online at the Kingsgate Mall Happenings Tumblr, and you can keep updated there if you'd like. And hashtag Kingsgate Mall Happenings. If you want to look at our Instagram.
One thing I did notice there on the Tumblr, Cobra's Corner. What exactly is that?
Oh, that's the audio series that I interviewed the Twitter Reels for. It's just like every Tuesday, because I have to work on Tuesdays, like at 4, so I'm not at the mall for the whole time. So I kind of set up between 12 and like 3-ish. Whoever comes visits me, either by my request as a guest star or just friends walking by, or just people at the mall who are talking to me. I just record our conversation, and then I edit it together to make it a little like talk show, like a little podcast almost, of just mall conversations in the mall. It's like when Kramer had that talk show in his apartment. It's really about anything like that starts with the mall. I'm looking forward to that because that should be really funny.
Well, Casey, thanks so much for filling us in on the happenings at the Kingsgate Mall, all for June. And sounds like a lot of it's being recorded for posterity in video form.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to make of it yet. I mean, there's obviously all the band footage I'm getting, and for the special events, there will be documentation. And I set out initially with this idea to make a documentary or like an art film about the mall, but the mall doesn't really need that. Like, it doesn't want that. I get the vibe that that's not where this project is heading. But there will be documentation of it in some form, and maybe it'll just be like a straight up documentary about fans who play here, or just the events that happen in the mall, and not so much about the mall itself. But yeah, there will be something. But it'll take me a while. It'll take me the summer to go through the footage and log it and edit it. But I'm looking forward to that.
So that was local artist Casey Wee speaking about the Kingsgate Mall happenings the whole month of June in 2014. She'll be taking photos, videos and requests at the mall, and your attendance and participation is encouraged. So you can check out more information at kingsgatemallhappenings.tumblr.com, or also email Casey directly at kingsgatemallhappenings@gmail.com. This is CiTR Radio.